You know, it's just heartbreaking to hear about what happened with the Azerbaijan Airlines Flight 8243. It's one of those moments that makes you pause and think about how something so routine can turn tragic. Well, maybe not so routine this year. The plane was originally scheduled to fly from Baku to Grozny, Russia, but due to dense fog conditions, the flight was diverted toward Aktau, Kazakhstan, where the tragedy occurred. This change in the flight plan added another layer of complexity, as diversions require quick decisions and adaptability from the crew and air traffic controllers. Speculating is human nature. It's our way of grappling with uncertainty. It could have been a failure in the pressurization system, a structural issue that had gone unnoticed, or even something external, like a bird strike or unexpected turbulence. Today, we will take a deep dive into this tragic incident, carefully examining the sequence of events, exploring the potential contributing factors, and uncovering what might have actually happened. Before diving into the details of the incident, let's first take a moment to talk about the aircraft itself. The Embraer E190. This aircraft is a marvel of engineering in the regional jet category. Manufactured by the Brazilian aerospace company Embraer, the E190 first took to the skies in 2004 as part of the Embraer E-Jet family. It quickly became a favorite for airlines operating short to medium-haul routes due to its efficiency, versatility, and passenger comfort. The E190 typically seats around 98 to 114 passengers, depending on the configuration, and boasts a range of approximately 2,450 nautical miles. This makes it ideal for connecting regional hubs or serving less dense routes where larger jets would be uneconomical. Powered by two General Electric CF34 engines, the E190 delivers a quiet and fuel-efficient performance, meeting modern demands for sustainability without compromising reliability. The design of the E190 includes a spacious cabin with a 2x2 seating arrangement, eliminating the dreaded middle seat and enhancing the passenger experience. Additionally, the jet features advanced avionics, including the Honeywell Primus Epic system, which provides enhanced situational awareness and operational efficiency for pilots. The E190's airframe and systems are designed to endure the rigorous demands of frequent short flights, with a focus on reducing maintenance downtime. This particular aircraft had accumulated 23,000 flight hours under its belt. Now, 23,000 hours isn't unusual, but it does make you wonder about wear and tear. Azerbaijan Airlines has a good reputation overall, so it's not like you'd expect major red flags. But even with the best practices, sometimes things slip through the cracks. For example, pressurization systems can develop subtle issues over time that might not be immediately noticeable during routine checks. These jets are built to last, but like any machine, they're not invincible. Imagine the stresses a plane endures over thousands of flights, extreme temperatures, pressurization cycles, and varying loads. Each of these factors can contribute to wear and tear that, if not caught, could lead to critical failures. Maintenance protocols, while stringent, rely heavily on human oversight and advanced diagnostics, which aren't foolproof. Could a missed inspection have allowed a small issue to escalate? Or was it something beyond anyone's control? Like a missile strike? From what we know, the flight seemed normal at first. Everything seemed routine until the aircraft reached about 20,000 feet, and then, boom, they lost cabin pressure. That's serious. Sudden depressurization at such altitudes can have immediate physiological effects on both the passengers and crew, complicating their ability to respond effectively. The crew tried to get the plane down to a safer altitude, but witnesses said it looked like the aircraft wasn't behaving right. Maybe the controls weren't responding as they should have. The radar showed it stabilized briefly, but then it lost altitude again. Was it a chain reaction? Maybe one failure led to another. The plane ended up crashing near Aktau, and it's just devastating to think about those last moments. Picture being in the cockpit during those critical moments. Alarms blaring, gauges behaving unpredictably, and the crew working desperately to regain control. Were they dealing with a sudden depressurization event caused by a structural issue, Or was there a secondary failure, like an electrical or hydraulic system malfunction? The brief stabilization on radar suggests they might have thought they were gaining control, only for another issue to arise. Black box data will likely be instrumental in recreating these moments, providing a detailed timeline of what systems failed and how the crew responded. It's also worth considering environmental factors like turbulence or even external interference. Each step in the timeline, from the loss of cabin pressure to the final moments before impact, offers clues that could help unravel the mystery of what went so tragically wrong. Before the plane ultimately crashed, it reportedly suffered from serious GPS jamming and spoofing. These disruptions could have caused navigational errors, making it difficult for the crew to maintain their intended flight path. Pictures show the possibility of a missile strike, with damage patterns suggesting external projectile impact rather than internal malfunctions. This theory is supported by visible damage on the wreckage, which is inconsistent with a bird strike and more indicative of shrapnel impact. The region has experienced heightened military activity, including recent Ukrainian drone attacks, which have put Russian air defenses on high alert. This tense environment increases the likelihood of misidentifying civilian aircraft. Analysts have pointed out similar historical incidents where air defenses accidentally targeted passenger planes, underscoring the plausibility of this theory. Survivor accounts add a chilling layer to this hypothesis. Some passengers reported hearing an explosion and experiencing an abrupt loss of cabin pressure moments before the crash. Real images of the wreckage show punctures and irregular damage patterns consistent with shrapnel rather than an internal failure, further supporting the missile strike scenario. Investigators are expected to thoroughly analyze radar and satellite data to confirm whether a missile system was active in the area and to examine possible flight path deviations that might have been misinterpreted. Metallurgical analyses of the wreckage will likely focus on identifying traces of shrapnel or explosive residues. During the recent Commonwealth of Independent States Summit, Russian President Vladimir Putin addressed the Azerbaijan Airlines Flight 8243 tragedy with solemnity. Expressing his condolences to the victims and their families, Putin acknowledged the need for a thorough investigation to uncover the truth behind the crash. He emphasized Russia's full cooperation with international investigators and extended an offer to provide access to radar and military data from the region. "This is a tragedy that affects us all," Putin stated. "We owe it to the victims and their loved ones to ensure transparency and accountability." His remarks also highlighted the broader implications of heightened military activity in the region, calling for improved coordination between civilian aviation authorities and military operations. Putin's comments underscore the importance of addressing systemic vulnerabilities to prevent similar tragedies in the future, particularly in regions with overlapping civilian and military airspace. The Azerbaijan Airlines Flight 8243 tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the intricate balance required to ensure aviation safety in increasingly complex environments. As the investigation unfolds, key issues such as maintenance protocols, operational decision-making, and external influences will be scrutinized. While evidence points toward multiple potential causes, including mechanical failure and external interference, the definitive answers lie in the meticulous analysis of black box data, radar records, and wreckage examinations. The broader implications of this crash also highlight the urgent need for improved coordination between military and civilian aviation entities, particularly in regions experiencing heightened geopolitical tension. Transparency and collaboration across international borders will be pivotal in restoring confidence in air travel and preventing future incidents. Ultimately, the lessons learned from this tragic event will play a crucial role in shaping future policies aimed at enhancing the safety and reliability of global aviation systems.